Without a doubt, BTS is the biggest group in K-pop right now. They are seriously famous and they are known worldwide. I bet you know them too. No one knows the reason for this fame, but it is obvious that the world just loves and adores them. With millions of albums sold, the group continuously packs stadiums globally with any worldwide concert tour they embark on. Naturally, one would think such a group would be reversed and they wouldn't have any slips or falls. But although they are at the top of their game now, they have had a few minor scandals along the way. And y'all know that these are the things that we live for on here. That's why today, we will be bringing you the juicy, controversial things that K-pop idols have done in the public eye. You've got to see the one that takes number 7, as it will blow your mind. So stick with us. You are subscribed to the channel, right? If not, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. Yes, that alarm icon just beside the word subscribe. Jin's condom scandal. Pictures are for preserving memories. There are just things you would remember just by staring at a photograph, or perhaps a selfie that you took. Posting such pictures, however, is a whole different ballgame entirely, because when you post things without thoroughly checking through them, there are bound to be a few details that people see and call you out on. It's even worse when you're a celebrity. It gets the world talking. This was the case with BTS's Jin. Back in 2014, after a condom had been spotted in his dorm room. For BTS's recipe blog, Jin took a snapshot of himself eating a meal that he had cooked. A pretty innocent picture. However, in the corner of his room, netizens spotted that they had thought to be a box of condoms, and speculations were let loose. As different rumors started to spread, and imaginations ran wild, Big Hit Entertainment, the record label BTS is under, came forward and clarified that the box was indeed a box of condoms, and Jin had received it as a gift from fans. Although netizens took the controversy negatively at first, public opinion on the matter slowly changed, and as such, most people don't think of it as a big deal anymore. The Sahaji controversy. Although BTS launched with moderate popularity in 2013, they didn't have significant mainstream achievement until their third mini-album, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1, was released. Their lead single, I Need You, had dominated and claimed several Korean chart rankings, and the album had long been the #1 best-selling album. However, when BTS exceeded Big Bang in worldwide sales, people got talking and they even accused Big Hit Entertainment of Sahaji, which is the act of manipulating and controlling music chart ratings, usually by artificially inflating album sale numbers by purchasing or outsourcing the purchase of large volumes of albums. This rumor ended up being laid to rest after some searching by the netizens. As BTS had developed a substantial global following, it turned out that the unexpected increase in sales was due to the influx of foreign sales into the program. Russian netizens also clarified that BTS had such a huge fan club in Russian-speaking countries, which helped to explain a large number of international sales. The beef between EXO and BTS fans. For some time, a small fraction of EXO fans and BTS fans had a bit of tension between them. Some EXO-L believed that BTS was copying EXO's concepts and styles, while ARMY argued that these were common concepts that many idols incorporate. However, the tensions grew more severe in 2015 when Jungkook once used the term "let's love" with BTS. The small fraction of EXO-L felt that that was an insult because the phrase had become a motto sorts for EXO. This matter got so serious that a photoshopped image of Jungkook's portrait mounted on a funeral wreath started spreading amongst the EXO-L, who had felt insulted. Many ARMY felt that the image was too severe, and tension between certain members of the two fan clubs grew. When fans realized that EXO and BTS were close, the feud seemed to die down. Because there's no reason why two fan clubs should be fighting when neither party is at war. The backlash RM faced for plagiarizing. Way back in 2015, RM was called out by a Twitter user by the name of @We'veBeenHere. He reported that RM copied lyrics off of him and some other user by the name of @RadioOrdinary. The words at issue have been used in the verse on the track You. @We'veBeenHere provided examples of the alleged plagiarism and disclosed that he had written the line, "I will become your underline because you are what's important," months ago. He also proved that the line, "When you lie in bed with loneliness, the bed gets bigger," was written by @RadioOrdinary. RM faced up to the plagiarism allegations. He made an apology genuinely for the error and explained that many of his lyrics came from books, movies, interviews, and letters. He made the mistake of not confirming the source of the digital quote, which led to the alleged plagiarism. User @We'veBeenHere has since forgiven RM and also sent a formal apology to RM for causing unnecessary trouble. Misogynistic Suga and lyrics. Back in 2013, Suga sent out a tweet that many fans thought was questionable. He wrote it in a Korean language, and it roughly translates to, "I am watching all of you. If I see you looking somewhere else, I'll take a photo and hit you with this camera, with the corner on the crown of your head." The problem was in the wordplay, as the sketchy and ambiguous phrase could be translated to, "take a photo or hit." Many people accused Suga of being overly aggressive and borderline misogynistic. A while later in 2014, the controversy gained more traction after RM's Joke was released on his mixtape in 2015. In the song, the line, "You're the best woman, being bossy. You do so well being bossy. But when I think about it, you were never the boss. Instead of boss, I'll say gonorrhea." Many netizens believe that the lyrics were not only misogynistic, but also overly sexual in nature. As more and more netizens started accusing BTS of misogyny, Big Hit Entertainment intervened and released an official statement. Not only did they apologize on BTS's behalf, but they also promised to do better in educating them and being careful in the future. Illegal marketing tactics. In 2017, the CEO of a contracting firm, B, was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment for blackmailing Big Hit Entertainment. It was claimed that Big Hit once contracted the company for a marketing project 2 years before the time, and then the company fell on difficult times. Now, because of his financial struggles, CEO B anonymously threatened to reveal illegal marketing tactics used to promote Big Hit Entertainment's top stars. Because they didn't want their artist's image tarnished, a Big Hit Entertainment employee personally sent payments totaling $5.7 million, or $50,335. They eventually figured out who CEO B was and charged him for blackmail. Rumors started spreading with netizens, claiming that if Big Hit Entertainment was not guilty of illegal marketing practices, they would never have paid CEO B in the first place. Due to the rumors getting out of hand and possibly tarnishing BTS's reputation, representatives from Big Hit Entertainment released an official statement clarifying all rumors. Apparently, an employee had tried to solve the issue personally and had not notified the agency of the blackmailing. Once the employee realized it was not a problem they could handle personally, the agency was notified, and the blackmailing was immediately reported to the police. They have received multiple threats. Seeing as the boy band is extremely popular and liked, one would think they are adorned by the whole world. But no, they have often had times when they were threatened with death for perhaps a mistake that they didn't know they made. When BTS was in the US for the Red Bullet concert tour in 2015, threats were made against RM's life. Many speculated that the threats were due to a controversial interview that the group had in Australia, where RM had stated, "When I first saw V and J-Hope, I couldn't see them because they were too black." Many people thought that comment was borderline racist, and RM received a lot of flack for his comments. Due to the threats, all fan events at the New York stop were canceled. Just a few weeks later, RM was threatened with death again. This time, it was a user claiming that RM would be killed when BTS made their stop in Mexico for their Red Bullet concert tour. Yamin was the target of a death threat in 2018. An anonymous user posted that they would attack Yamin during BTS's concert in Fort Worth, Texas in September. This caused the Fort Worth Police Department to start an investigation, and both Big Hit Entertainment and Fort Worth PD were put on high alert. Yamin has spoken up, and the matter has revealed that he is more worried about his fans than himself. He wouldn't let the threat stop him from seeing his fans, and he trusts the staff to keep the venue safe. When they forget, they were international. Being known by the whole world is a big deal, and so is being adored. But it comes with a responsibility to not be biased about situations that involve where you come from in an opposite country, especially if you have a strong fan base there. But BTS must have forgotten this, because while accepting a virtual award from the New York-based Korea Society recently, band leader RM, also known as Kim Namjoon, said of the Korean War, "We will always remember the history of pain that our two nations shared together and the sacrifices of countless men and women." Social media quickly went wild over RM's failure to mention the 180,000 Chinese soldiers who died in the Korean War. Some in China called for a boycott, and the Chinese state-backed Global Times said the comments reflected a one-sided attitude. These resulted in brands including Samsung and Fila scrubbing online and social media references to partnerships with BTS, and the South Korean automaker Hyundai Motor Group removed some ads and references to BTS from its Chinese social media accounts. But then BTS fans aren't a monolith, obviously. The band is set apart by its largely international audience, which makes it difficult to predict how exactly RM's comments will affect the majority of fans' relationships with BTS. Because the following Tuesday, BTS was reported to be the first act with 200 weeks at #1 on Billboard's Social 50 chart, which implied that the band had the staying power to make it through the controversy. Namjoon's offensive album cover. In March of 2015, Namjoon released a solo album titled RM, and though the album was given the due attention, it was also criticized. It turned out that the cover of the album was somewhat sensitive and had half of Namjoon's face covered in black paint. Critics of the album cover said it was reminiscent of blackface, and he should have been more careful or sensitive. Defenders said that a main theme of the album is that he feels split between two opposite identities, and that was what the album cover was meant to elicit, saying what the colors black and white are often used to show opposites, and the other side of his face is unnaturally white. When they had to choose their words wisely. In May of 2018, Namjoon announced in a press conference that he'd rewritten parts of their song, Fake Love, for their performance at the Billboard Music Awards to not include the words I am, nega in Korean, or you are, niga in Korean, specifically because they sound like the N-word, which said is offensive and that Koreans shouldn't use it. He went on to say, "There are many people hearing the song for the first time, and when you are hearing parts of that in English, there is potential for misunderstandings to occur. To prevent that, we edited the lyrics." The only other comment he had was thanking the members who worked hard relearning their lines. However, Namjoon was criticized by the Korean media for censoring himself and BTS for editing their lyrics like this, though his decision was met with overwhelming praise from international, particularly American, fans. That's it on the controversial things about BTS, guys. Did you stick around for this moment? Then you must have seen the 7th controversy, where the boy band group received multiple death threats. It's one thing to be famous, it's another thing to be harassed with death threats. Thankfully, you were able to handle all the death threats well. Please do leave comments on other controversial things that we might have missed out on, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon, and that way you will never miss our interesting videos that are made just for you.